Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Iron Skills at First Glance. It looks like nothing special, just raw iron, rough edges, cold surface, no clear shape, no clear purpose. Most people would walk past it without a second thought. But what if this raw iron is not just iron? What if it's the beginning of something completely unexpected? This is where the story begins. Raw iron is honest. It doesn't pretend to be beautiful. It doesn't hide its flaws. Scratches, rust marks, uneven cuts, everything is visible. And maybe that's why it's so powerful, because raw iron doesn't tell you what it will become. It lets you guess. At this stage, nothing is obvious. Is it a tool? Is it a machine part? Is it something decorative? Or is it something entirely different? Your mind starts working. You begin to imagine possibilities. And that curiosity, that moment of not knowing, is what makes this process interesting. Most transformations don't start with clarity, they start with confusion. Raw iron teaches us that. When iron is untouched, it has no identity. It is heavy, stubborn, and silent, but inside it lies potential. Strength waiting to be shaped. Purpose waiting to be discovered. The first change is never dramatic. A cut here, a grind there, edges begin to soften. Lines begin to appear, still it's not clear, even now if someone asks, "What are you making?" The honest answer would be, "Not sure if you can guess it yet." And that's the beauty of the process. Transformation is rarely obvious in the beginning. People expect instant results. They want to see the final shape immediately. But real work doesn't work that way. Whether it's iron, skill, or a person, the early stages always look messy. Sparks fly, metal heats up, the surface changes color. Something is happening, but the result is still hidden. At this point, many people lose interest. They say, "I don't see it." They scroll away. They stop watching. But those who stay, those who understand the process, know that this is where the real story is. Iron doesn't complain when it's cut. It doesn't resist when it's shaped. It doesn't question the heat. It adapts. Every mark on the surface is part of the journey. Every weld, every joint, every adjustment adds meaning. Slowly, the random starts to feel intentional. You begin to notice symmetry, you notice balance, you notice design, and suddenly the question changes. It's no longer, "What is this?" It becomes, "Oh, is it becoming that?" But even now, the answer is not confirmed. That uncertainty keeps you hooked. This stage is where skill matters the most. Raw iron doesn't forgive mistakes easily. One wrong cut can ruin the entire structure. One weak joint can destroy strength. Precision is everything. This is where experience speaks without words. The iron starts to lose its rawness. It becomes refined, controlled, purposeful. What once looked useless now demands attention. And yet the final form is still hidden. People watching begin to comment. Some guess right. Most guess wrong, and that's okay. Because the goal is not just the final product, it's the journey of getting there. Iron teaches patience. You cannot rush it. Heat must be right. Pressure must be balanced. Timing must be perfect. Force alone is not enough. Control is everything. This is where many misunderstand strength. They think strength means hitting harder, but iron knows better. True strength comes from precision, not aggression. As the process continues, the shape becomes clearer. Lines connect. Parts align. The structure begins to make sense. Now, when you look at it, you can feel that it's close, very close. The unexpected part is about to reveal itself, and when it finally does, there's a moment of silence, a pause, because what you're seeing is not what you expected at the start. That raw, shapeless iron has become something meaningful, something functional, something strong, something clean. The transformation feels satisfying because you remember where it began, from rough to refined, from confusion to clarity, from raw iron to something unexpected. This is why people love watching these processes, not because of sparks or tools, but because they mirror real life. Growth is uncomfortable. Progress looks ugly before it looks beautiful, and potential often hides inside the most unremarkable beginnings. Iron doesn't choose what it becomes. It trusts the process. It allows itself to be shaped by skill, patience, and vision. And maybe that's the lesson. You don't need to look perfect at the start. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to begin. because even raw iron cold, rough, and misunderstood can turn into something unexpected when guided by the right hands. And this is Iron Skills.